Today I'm gonna platinum Resident Evil 5 and honestly this shit was horrible cause my real enemy is not the enemy, it's my partner. You will know later on in the video. Yeah. So there are 6 chapters with 16 trophies for beating them and 4 difficulties trophies. And since I want to make it easier and chill for myself, I'm gonna beat the game on amateur or little shit cause I want to unlock infinite ammo and infinite rocket launcher. At the downside, I need to beat the game again in feature and difficulty to unlock professional. Unless if I join somebody who's playing in professional difficulty, I can unlock that for myself if I beat the chapter. Only one chapter. Like me, I don't have anybody. That's why you need to join my Discord. God damn it. Also, we can't play as Shava. We're only forced to play as Chris. So yeah, the most common enemy in this game are called Maginis. And we gotta do a lot of trophies on them, which I call combat trophies. There's 23 of them, and I'm not gonna force myself to do all of them now. My main goal is to beat the game first. So after I got my gun from the dealer, I got caught, I fought the little shits, and I found there's a lot of them in one spot, so I throw a grenade and I got a trophy for killing 3 Maginis with 1 grenade. Or you could do that with landmines. Later on, I encountered the first mini-boss, Executioner. There's nothing special about him than being big and scary with a giant ultra great axe, but he holds very rare treasure, a golden ring. There's only 2 little shit that have it. Speaking of treasures, there's 50 treasures in the game and I'm gonna need to collect all of them for a trophy. So near the gate, there's a free weapon in a case and I'm gonna need to collect all weapons. This includes grenades, proximity bombs and runner eggs, which count as weapons for a trophy. After beating the chapter, I got a trophy for it and points. These points is really important to buy character customs, which have its own trophy, and figures, which also have its own trophies. The only difference that character custom doesn't cost anything. I can also use these points to unlock infinite gun ammo if I fully upgraded a gun. There's no trophy for that, but it will make my life easier. Speaking of upgrades, I'm gonna need to upgrade all guns for a trophy, and some guns after fully upgrading them will unlock other guns, which is usually the first type of guns. So I had a plan. If I fully upgrade the FC61, we'll unlock the Gatling gun, and it's the infinite weapon that only Chris can use. And yeah, what could go wrong? The only problem that the upgrades aren't unlocked right away. We need to progress the story. So, chapter 102. I found a little shit, and when I dropped her down, I could do a physical attack. And when I done it again, I got a trophy for killing 20 enemies with a physical attack. I've been doing this on their knees to get an insta-kill. It's better than the headshot and the stomps. I throw Sheva to get the old building key. I'm gonna need that later. Yeah, some chapters have blue medallions, and I'm gonna need to collect all of them for trophies. Also, getting them will unlock some costumes and figures. In this house, I can use the key that I got for a free shotgun. I found this little shit girl, and by shooting her knees, she just died. And she's the only one that have this treasure. After reaching the boss of this chapter that I honestly hate cause he's a true bullet sponge. And after killing this little shit, I got a trophy for beating chapter 102. Chapter 201 started with good shit, like medallions in my face and a weapon case for a machine gun. In this container area, I wanted to deflect an arrow with my knife for a trophy, but my guy is lost in the sauce, so I tried to space out and my partner killed him. I tried to do it with someone else and my partner kept pulling the guy until my brain worked and I decided to take off my partner gun. And yeah, with my partner behind me, I did finally get the trophy. Later, I found a Molotov guy and I got a trophy for shooting the Molotov out of his hand. I was knifing to save ammo and I got a trophy for killing 5 enemies with a knife. After a while, I throw this little shit to the other side, which would end up getting ambushed, and there was a red barrel, and I took a chance to get a trophy for killing 3 Maginis with 1 barrel. After reaching the end with cutscenes with buttons, I also just mashed everything in my controller, and I got a trophy for beating chapter 201. Chapter 202. This is an important chapter with a lot of hidden treasures, but I played it blind so I missed a lot of them. But while fucking around and find out, I got a trophy for blowing 20 heads with a headshot. After getting out of this shit cave, I got this sniper rifle, which will be my main weapon for the entire game. And if I fully upgrade it, I'll get the infinite bow for Sheva. This area is kinda scary with all these dynamite guys, so I forgot about these blue medallions outside. I found a boss, and after a long ass fight with him, I got a trophy for beating chapter 202. Chapter 203. I hate this chapter, cause I'm getting shit on, and I believe my partner is ass, which make me suffer more. I did made it to the boss, and after beating him, I got a trophy for beating chapter 203. Now I could buy the Star Rod, which is my favorite weapon to save ammo while using shitty gun. Chapter 301 is one of my favorite chapters, but first, there's a blue medallion that without a cob, I cannot shoot it up close. so I shot it from where I started. Yeah. So my favorite shit in this chapter is the Chicken Island, where you can sit there and farm eggs until the end of time. Speaking of eggs, there's a trophy for having all types of eggs, which there's 4 of them. We can get white, brown, and gold here, but we can't get the rotten egg because it's an enemy drop. My other favorite area is the boat with an RPG on it because I can quick farm that shit. And there's this magnum that will be my main weapon. Anyway, I kept using my stun rod the entire time, and I got a trophy for killing 30 enemy with a stun rod. And after beating this shit, I got a trophy for beating chapter 301. Chapter 302. I didn't do anything special here, but at the end of the chapter there's this giant Magini. And when I got him on his knees, I started doing ticket combos with my partner to get a trophy for having max combos chain. I beat the chapter and I got a trophy for beating chapter 302. Chapter 303. It's a normal chapter, it's just me in the boat. Later on, I got a shotgun from a block and I fought this little shit boss. And I got a trophy for beating chapter 303. Chapter 401. It's one of my favorite chapters because there's many treasures and a new little shit that insta-die to flash grenades. So when I fall down, I took the chance to get a trophy for killing 2 enemies with a flashlight. There's a grenade launcher in this chapter, and I use it to beat the little shit boss. I got a trophy for beating chapter 401. Chapter 402. This chapter have annoying lasers, but yeah, you could shoot those guys from an angle to turn the laser off. Also there's toddler puzzles, but at the last area, there's a treasure that seduced me. Little shit spawned from it. And I was fighting there for some random reasons, and my partner kept shooting the spider off me, which kept me screaming for help. And when I said thank you, I got a trophy for building trust with my partner. Anyway, I got a trophy for beating chapter 402. Chapter 501. There's a new enemy here, the Lickers, and my favorite machine gun, the AK. So the Liquid have that one attack, that one shot, and if I press the right button at the right time, I could knock the little shit, and I can stop his heart for a trophy. Yeah. So the boss of this chapter is a giant little shit. Giant shit. And after shooting him like crazy with this toothpick gun, I beat him. I got a trophy for beating chapter 501. Before I start chapter 502, let me talk about the typers. The melee and bullet fist, which will be very helpful versus the little shit with guns and armor. And there's a bloody corridor with bunch of flickers on it, and annoying sliders. And the boss of this chapter that made me ball, cause 1, I don't do shit to him unless I damage his balls. And it doesn't help because the AI is kinda stupid here. So for advice, just get an RPG and blow his ass, because I wasted 10 minutes fighting this little shit. I did eventually beat him, and I got a trophy for beating chapter 502. Chapter 503. A lot of guns, bugs, and little shit with rocket launchers. Annoying elevator. And finally, I reached the last part, where my partner is supposed to protect me from a bunch of lickers. I ended up making it out, but I got caught by a licker one-shot attack. But while I'm screaming for help, the stupid AI just stand there, watch me die. And this, foreshadowing what's gonna happen in the future. Anyway, Jill and Whisker. I rushed the door to get my ass kicked, and my partner got grabbed. So I saved her and I got a trophy for saving her ass 10 times. Also, I was lost in the sauce and what I do. So I shot Whisker when he doesn't see me with my sponge bullets. And after a while, he just done playing with me. Now Jill, this little shit. There's a trophy for not shooting her chest. And it's easy, just don't give your partner a gun. Well, lucky me, I never grabbed Jill to get my partner to shoot Jill. And after saving Jill, I didn't get the trophy because my partner did not pull the thing because I never grabbed Jill. And yeah, I got a trophy for beating chapter 503. Before I start chapter 601, I went to farm eggs and rocket launchers, because I'm gonna need that shit. Anyway, chapter 601. There's a bunch of armor enemies and medallions in Alaska. You're gonna need to pull up some bullshit to hit that shit, but after a while, I got it. After I got ambushed by a bunch of weird ass dogs, I got a rotten egg dropped for them and a trophy for having all type of eggs. And there's one cursed medallion that I believe there's no way to shoot it, and I did not have any exploded to get it, so for now, I missed 2 medallions. I reached the boss of this chapter, a guy with a Gatling gun, so I looped his ass while my partner just watching. So yeah, I got a trophy for beating chapter 601. Chapter 602 is the shortest chapter in the game, which started with breaking my controller and fighting a couple of little shits. One of those little shits have a key to fight the boss of this chapter, a giant little shit. So I used the RPG I farmed. Somehow, that shit hit. Anyway, I got a trophy for beating chapter 602, the last chapter. 603, which filled with everything you hate. Tons of guns, grenade, rocket launchers, 2 insta-kill bugs that killed me. So I brought the RPG back and blow their asses. Now the double Gatling gun. I decided to pass them and use the machine gun there to kill everything. Whisker, which I believe that I need to shoot him with an RPG while being blind. And somehow he dodged my RPG. So I went to get another rocket and load that shit with my partner. And finally, I got him. Now the final fight. I tried to break the rock with my sponge bullets, but I failed. I need to break that to get to the last treasure in the game. Anyway, after annoying Whisker for a while, I got him to jump to my partner. So I pushed the rock, but my partner died. So yeah, I got a chance to break that rock again, and I got the last treasure. But I didn't get the trophy for all treasures because I didn't get them. Anyway, I got Java this time, and I brought my RPG to insta-kill that shit. Hey, hold on, you're supposed to die. Anyway, the AI lost her mind while I'm just shooting like a pepega. Before I got the little shit, and a trophy for beating chapter 603, and then another trophy for beating the whole game in amateur or total difficult. Now I have new guns unlocked, the Gatling gun and longbow, because I have fully upgraded the first machine gun and sniper. Also beating the game unlock infinite ammo for fully upgraded guns. The only problem is, I need to buy them with my points. Anyway, I got the Gatling gun and the bow. And because I beat the game, I can play as Shaba now. So my plan now is to prepare myself to beat veteran and unlock professional. So I tried to farm money from chapter 401, but it was a bad idea because it takes a long time. So I tried chapter 503, farming the bugs using the Gatling gun, but it was also a bad idea. This is not the best place to farm, but I did not know at the time. But while I'm doing it, I got a trophy for killing 30 enemy with a Gatling gun. 10 years later. After getting my Magnum fully upgraded with infinite ammo, I used it to beat Whisker before his timer. But while I'm doing this now, why am I here? I wanted to get S rank in every chapter because this will unlock a figure which I need to buy all of them for a trophy. For S rank, I need to hit my shit, kill enough enemies, and speedrun the stage without dying. I just need to score enough to get S rank. So I did that in amateur difficulty, and while I'm doing this, I got the missing blue medallion, and after beating chapter 202, I unlocked the infinite rocket launcher for beating the game under 5 hours, which I can use it to blow little shit in professional difficulty. Also, for some random reasons, I got a trophy for killing a Magini while jumping with a headshot. That was lucky. And I got back to the last medallion that I missed, that I only need to blow that shit up, and I got a trophy for getting all medallions. I beat the shit out of Whisker for the last S rank. So I went to buy all the outfits, and I got a trophy for having all of them. And yes, I'm gonna need a lot of points to buy all the figures, which eventually I will get. In the meantime, I went to do the bow kill in the first chapter, and I got a trophy for killing 30 of them with a bow. Also, there is one treasure here that I won't get anywhere. Also in the first chapter, there is an oil container, and if I got 3 Maginis here and kill them with it, I will get a trophy for killing 3 enemies. Also in the same place, there's an electricity shit, and if I kill 1 Magini with it, I will get a trophy. In chapter 203, I turned split screen with the second controller, so my partner won't ruin the trophy, which I need to break the truck driver door and kill him for a trophy. I brought some Nazi rotten egg and throw them at somebody's face, and I got a trophy for killing 1 Magini with rotten egg. I went back to chapter 102 to torture my partner, and I got a trophy for saving him 10 times from dying. I missed a trophy in chapter 503 with Jill, so this time no guns, and I let my partner help me removing it, and I got a trophy. I went back to collect the treasure I missed, like the one I need to blow, and I missed a lot of treasure in chapter 202, the mines, because they were like hidden. But I was kind of surprised. In chapter 503, there's a hidden treasure in the ceiling. And my last treasure is after I got my ass kicked to the door in a pot, and I got a trophy for getting all treasures. After all these shenanigans, I got enough points to buy all figures, and I got a trophy for having them all. I also got enough money to upgrade the first line of guns, like upgrading the first shotgun to unlock Hydra, and the first pistol to unlock another pistol. I already got the Magnum upgraded, but now I was like a little confused with what weapon I missed. But I figured out there's 2 pistols that the game doesn't give me for free, which I bought both of them, and I got a trophy for having all weapons. Now I went back to beat all the chapters in Veteran to get 2 trophies for beating Veteran in normal difficulty, and because I beat Veteran, that unlocked professional difficulty. Now I took my 2 divers and got my partner a sniper, and without thinking, I went and I took a bitch slap, and here what I learned that my partner is just quite slow, which would cause me to reset many times. So I took off her sniper and just sit in the corner like a little shit. And I also abused the sniper later on from far away. Also with my diver, I can take small hits like arrow shot. Oh yeah, it's like a wall sniper abuse, spamming RPG to kill bosses. But chapter 203, here I just get cooked. I'm not sure if the AI is the problem, but I managed to make it out. And the boss The input here is quick and it's massive damage. And I need to manage my machine gun from overheating. And there's the little shit behind the boss that do tickles, which I need to take them out. And since the AI is kinda stupid, I've been dying here for a long time. And I learned that I could abuse the pause button to see which button to press. And that helped a lot. So yeah, at the edge of my cheeks, I beat the boss. Chapter 503. I don't know why I decided to pull the RPG and just... Also it's just a challenge to survive the door. Barbato keep getting kicked. And when I try to help her, Wesker's just blocking my way and kill me. Or he just shoot me and Shava cannot help me. So I decided to shoot him to put him in the dodging animation. Yeah, I'll blow his ass and I got to Jill. Jill is another story. Even with my diapers, she just one-shot me and my partner just watched me die. Even her normal kicks is just death. And I'm not kidding when the eyes just watch me die. And yeah, the quick buttons are back and it's a quick death. But I learned something that I could spam the pause button to know which button to press. And finally, I got the shit out of her. You know those machine gun enemies? How do we just take cover and wait for them to stop shooting and then shoot them back? And at the last chapter, I used the sniper and just beat her for checkpoints. So if I die, enemy just despawn. So I only need to deal with two little shits and the Gatling guns with my RPG, Wesker, bullied by Infinite RPG until he died. And I got a trophy for beating the whole game in professional. So the only trophy left is to fully upgrade all the guns. I got a lot of money, but it wasn't enough. So the best place to farm money is chapter 502, right in the liquor room. I could get Leonhard, which sold for 2k, and I could get up to 5 of them, if I'm lucky enough. So the trick here is to quit after killing them. The game saved those picks, and because it's a checkpoint, we can do this forever. So I found 143 hearts that made me ultra rich, and finally upgrade every gun for the trophy, and the platinum. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Subscribe if you liked the video, and join Discord. See you guys later, and get out.